Robots come in many shapes and sizes, but perhaps the most intriguing, endearing, and suitable are the ones that resemble us, humans. Female humanoid robots are used for lookup and house exploration, private help and caregiving, schooling and entertainment, search and rescue, manufacturing and maintenance, public relations and healthcare. In today's video, we are going to talk about the new era of female humanoid robots. But before that, hello and welcome to Robot Future, where we fill you in on every thrilling discovery and mind-blowing insight in the world of robots, AIs, and future technology. So consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification for a ton of exciting robot content coming your way. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. Before the coronavirus pandemic and the financial uncertainty, Stratistics Market Research Consulting anticipated that the global female humanoid robot market would attain $13 billion by 2026. While future market conduct is now unclear, robot utilization is on the rise. Chinese agencies have been dashing to install robots, and automation technology as docs have been grappling with COVID-19. For example, in early March, an area clinic staffed using robots. The Smartfield Hospital opened in Wuhan, China. Female humanoid robots, donated using CloudMinds technology, a Silicon Valley company, disinfect, measure temperatures, supply meals and medicine, and entertain a clinical team of workers and patients. As the virus spreads to the relaxation of the world, robots are being deployed in many countries. Some robots can relieve worn-out nurses in the hospitals and do fundamental cleansing and deliveries, and others can assist in the warehouses. In contrast, industrial robots can assist in keeping some manufacturing for manufacturing organizations while their human coworkers are quarantined. Have you ever imagined a robotic serving you as vacationer information or a consumer carrier agent? Well, this is no greater than creativity or a dream. However, the contemporary reality in this generation of technological know-how and innovation, many organizations are into the improvement of captivating female human-like robots that are foreseen to work carefully with human beings throughout various verticals, not simply their appearance. However, these robots are designed in a way that genuinely resembles human behavior. To date, you would possibly be capable of distinguishing them as robots. On the other hand, the time isn't miles away when you would possibly suppose that you are talking to a human. However, it turns out to be a robot. What is the role of artificial intelligence in female human robots? Usually, female humans reflect on the consideration of artificial intelligence as a robot that offers mechanical responses. AI is reachable in several types. However, the female humanoid robot is the most popular. If you are a fan of Hollywood films or science fiction, you may be conscious of the notion of a female humanoid. The first ever female humanoid was once developed in 1495 via Leonardo da Vinci. It was once an armored swimsuit that used to be capable of operating several female human features, like standing, sitting, walking, and even moving, as if an actual female human was once inside it. In the beginning, AI-powered female humanoid robots had been solely intended for lookup purposes. They had been used to learn higher prosthetics for female human beings. However, female humanoid robots are being developed for several uses that are now not restrained to lookup alone. Present-day female humanoid robots are designed to operate various human duties and carry out several roles in several sectors. Among the many roles, some of the most likely roles they would possibly undertake are receptionist, private assistant, front desk officer, and many more. Some deeper information on female humanoid robots. Usually humans assume that female humanoid robots are robots that are bodily comparable to humans, i.e., they have legs, arms, chest, and head. Well, this is no longer usually true. Some robots have solely unique human components like the human head. Female humanoid robots are both androids and gynoids. An android female humanoid robot resembles male humans, whereas a gynoids female humanoid robot appears comparable to female humans. Female humanoid robots possess a wide range of features. For example, they have sensors that assist them in sensing their surroundings. At the same time, some come with cameras that let them view matters, whereas the motors, commonly referred to as actuators, are constant at strategic locations and inform them in transferring and making gestures. Today, female humanoid robots have grown to be so female human-like and equipped that they are gaining recognition all over the globe. Their developing recognition results in an elevated demand for female robots from various industries and industrial sectors. What will humanoid robots' future role be? It has been documented that the variety of robots will increase through the subsequent decade. According to the Boston Consulting Group, robots will undertake 25% of all labor features using 2025. This happens as a result of expanded overall performance and decreased expenses. The US will lead robotic adoption, accompanied by Canada, Japan, South Korea, and UK. The four industries riding the push are PC and digital items, electric gear and appliances, transportation equipment, and manufacturing. By 2025, they will account for 75% of all robotic installations. As a result, the upward thrust of robotics will impact the provider business. According to the latest lookup, with Berg Insight's aid of 2026, the robotic carrier base will have mounted 264.3 million units. In 2016, provider robots were mounted in 29.6 million places worldwide. The carrier industry's robots have been divided into the following categories. With 23.8 million units, ground cleansing robots accounted for 80% of all provider robots. A whole 4 million uncrewed aerial automobiles had been sold. A total of 1.6 million automatic lawnmower devices had been sold. Around 0.1 million gadgets of automatic guided automobiles have been installed. The complete quantity of robotic milking gadgets used to be 0.05 million. Female humanoid robots, including assistant companion robots, telepresence robots, powered female human exoskeletons, surgical robots, and self-sufficient mobility robots, were among the final sectors. However, they had been mentioned to have hooked up much less than 50,000 gadgets. Female humanoid robots have the biggest attainable to turn out to be the industrial device of the future while being one of the minor organizations of provider robots now on the market. Female human-looking robots have been developed by organizations such as SoftBank Robotics for utilization as clinical aids and academic aids. Female humanoid robots are now flourishing in the clinical field, particularly accomplice robots. Professor Maya Matari of the University of Southern California has been connecting robots with sufferers since 2014. Her robots benefited stroke restoration victims with higher extremity workouts in 2015 and helped teenagers with autism replicate the movements of socially supportive robots. When the robot promoted and inspired the patients, they were extra receptive to the exercises. On the other hand, female humanoid robots are now used to function in engineering jobs. For example, Joint Robotics Laboratory and Airbus Group collaborated on a 4-year lookup effort to hire female humanoid robotic technological know-how in airplane manufacturing facilities. Airbus hopes to relieve female human operators of some of the greater complicated and volatile duties on airplane manufacturing traces by utilizing female humanoid robots. The female human bosses may then center of attention on greater vital responsibilities. The major mission is that these robots must work in confined areas and should be capable of passing barriers without clashing with the surrounding things. What are the advantages of female humanoid robots in the new era? Firstly, it is a robot with a torso and a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs, even though some female humanoid robots may also mannequin a section of the body. For example, from the waist up, they may additionally have a face, eyes, and mouth. Androids are female humanoid robots constructed to resemble female humans, and GYNOIDS are female humanoid robots constructed to resemble female humans. It has a head designed to mimic female human facial points such as eyes and lips. It can be used for useful objectives, such as attractive female human equipment and settings, and experimental purposes, like the find out about locomotion. As lengthy as they have the required software, female humanoid robots can accomplish any female human task. They can be employed for future unsafe and aways house research missions, serve as companions and aids for female humans in day-to-day life, and be used as final help in synthetic and herbal disasters. Despite their practical appearance, many humans will take advantage of these female humanoid robots. They will seem after the sick, gather trash, shield homes and offices, and provide instructions on the street. Life in society with female humanoid robots will be different. However, it will be very efficient, and the financial system will grow. Corporations and groups will additionally be grateful for the robots because they can substitute jobs, resulting in much less cash being paid to employees. They can be used as entertainers and in business spaces. However, they will now not be performing primary tasks. These robots can now sing and dance, and seem to be nearly female humans while doing so. Most synthetic brain does now not require a physique to function. However, the female human physique is difficult to replicate, and there is nevertheless a lot of extra work to be done. They can help older adults residing in their residences to reply to disasters, and there have been giant advances in the engineering and manipulate components of female humanoid robotics. Female humanoid robots can aid the military. They can move, acquire records via sensors in the actual world, and engage with it. They lack some facets of the female human body. They consist of buildings with variable flexibility, which supply protection and redundancy of movements, and regulation enforcement will gain from them. What do you think about the new era of female humanoid robots? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more.